Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is your girl Kaye Lanhi, also known as Kay, and we are kicking off another video. If this is your first time here, hey, hello, how are you? What have you been up to? So glad that you stopped through. Hope that you stay, like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with everyone you know, and I do mean everyone. And for all my returning subscribers, bring it in, y'all. Okay. We are moseying along through this week. I may need to charge this. What is this? This mic up. If y'all hear the fan, I am extremely sorry. We are getting back in our warm days, and your girl needs ventilation. It's a must that she have it. So this room, my cloth is tend to stay a little warm around this time. It'll start cooling off probably, I want to say, within the next hour or so. The sun rises over here, but it sets on the other side, so it's normally generally warm around this time, so hence the fan being on. And it's been cool, so I haven't really needed it, but yeah. In today's episode of life on the other side of 50. Today is a little different. I'm feeling a little melancholy, blah, because I'm battling. And today marks, girl, you in this gum. Today marks the anniversary. I don't even know if you can really call it an anniversary. But today marks 9 years since I got the phone call that no parent wants to get. And that phone call was, your son been shot and rushed to the hospital, life flighted to the hospital. If you been watching me for a little bit, you kind of know that part. But for those, we have a lot of new subscribers since I've talked about that, which I love you all. Yeah, I got that call. I got that call at 6:03 p.m. Prior to that call, I remember a phone call with me going off on my son, and my son had made me so mad that Maya, they lived around the corner, when he drinks, that we were having a discussion and the phone hung up, and it was not from my end. To me, that told me you wanted me to pull up on you. So I did exactly that. I got in my car. I don't even know what I had on at the time. Whatever I had on, all I did was grab my keys, no purse, and took my ass over there and jacked that nigga up against that wall. Well, he was, begging me to stop. Maybe you forgot what the superpower was that I lied, but don't let the fact that I'm your mama stop you. And I remember telling him, if you don't get things in order, get yourself together. Like, he got himself together as a whole, but that demon, we just can't seem to get it together. Needless to say, my words to him was, you're going to either end up in jail or I'm going to have to bury my son. Then fast forward 2 weeks later, I get the phone call. Keep in mind, I had been mad at him for that 2 weeks. He wasn't necessarily blocked, but I just wasn't talking to him. Both him and his brother had got on my nerves, and they were roommates at the time. But I remember I was asleep, and I got up and I went to the restroom, And as I'm going to the restroom, I seen my phone ring. My oldest son calling me. Why is he calling me and I know he's mad? I immediately then knew that something was wrong. No, I lie. I said, when I came out the bathroom, I said, why is he calling me? I said, if I come out this restroom and he calls again, something's wrong. And when I came out the restroom, he was calling. And when I answered the phone, he said, Mama, Quan been shot. We always say, let me not say we always. Some people tend to think they know what they would be like in a situation because they hear somebody else going through it. And let me give you an example. You ever talk to somebody and they say, girl, what she said? Girl, such and such went off on me, and then your friend chime in and be like, bitch, if I went through that XYZ, you never know what you're gonna be like until you're actually in that situation. You can, because sometimes it's a shock factor, on which that was for me. Now let's get back into the story. So getting the call, I froze. I'm literally on the phone and I freeze. I can't. My mind and my body are doing two different things. They're basically running in a different direction, and my freezing is trying to bring them back together so I can move. I couldn't move. I couldn't. At this point, his dad been gone 3 years. And I just immediately said, Lord, I was not put here to bury my son. No, I cannot. And then I started getting dressed. The hospital that he was at is not a trauma hospital. If you're not from Houston, our biggest trauma hospital is the one that everybody runs from, and that's Bentab. I don't even know if it's still open or not. I'm pretty sure it is. And Bentab is a hospital you can go to without insurance. Like, they're not going to turn you away. They're going to do whatever it takes to get you out of critical or mode or whatever. They're going to get you to safety, but it is the top trauma hospital, or was. I haven't been keeping up. And secondly, with trauma hospital, if they don't have room, would be Memorial Southwest. Just, giving you a little insight. But anyway, so he was sent to a hospital that's not wired for that. And I can't even think of the name of it right now. So anyway, I get there. I'm flying. I remember calling one of my friends and telling her first. And I'm talking to her and not just, it's an out of body experience. It's something that I don't wish on nobody. And I'm talking to her and I can't believe the words that's coming out my mouth. And she was out of town and she was like, you think I should fly? And I was like, no. That's cool. And so I get there. I think at that point, by the time I parked my car, my brain and my body had became one, and I just took off running straight through to the point where my oldest son told me that, Ma, how did you get inside of here? Because the hospital is on lockdown because they're not set for trauma. So they got it sealed off. You can't get in or out or whatever. But I managed to get in. I ain't see nobody or nothing. But I knew I needed to lay eyes on my son. So I get there. They direct me to the back. My son gets shot. And I get in there. And I get in there. And he's on the table. But he's moving. So I was able to breathe for a minute, but I seen things around, like I didn't know if it was like from his inside. I didn't know what was going on, but the fact that he was moving let me know that, okay, he all right. So because, a little backstory, up until my children moved, even when they moved out my house for the first 2 years, I always been my kids' momager. I taught my kids things about credit and things like that. I got them set early because once their dad passed away, anything that happened now just fell on me. So they're men. There's nobody there to teach them how to be men. So I had to teach. Your job, to me, your job as a parent is to teach your children how to survive if you're not here. And so that's what I did. So I managed their stuff. And because they were roommates at that point, to keep the confusion down, I would have them, they would pay me for all their bills and I'll pay their bills. That way they never had to have conversations with each other. Like, dude, you got your half of the rent? Because either way, it was going to reach me. So whether I took care of it or however I choose to do it that way to keep them from having those type of arguments and me know things going on and me, you know what I'm saying? Do that make sense? I hope y'all following the bouncing ball. Anyway, so it's the 10th. We just paid rent on the 1st. So it's just been like 10 days. They only been in this place 2 months. So anyway, I immediately shift from mama to momager. I don't know if it's the Gemini in me. I'm just business. I don't know. I did that even with my husband. It's just, I go into business. I don't know. I didn't have time to process what was going on. I went into, not only do we have to figure things out for you, we now have my grandson. He's like not even 1 yet. So, and his mom, and then my son, everybody, it's 4 or 5 people in one house now. And so I got to figure this out. I'm going too fast. Let's stick with that day. So my first mind is, I'm asking him this while he's laying on the table. How many vacation hours do you have? I'm going through all this, trying to figure out all this, because now I have to step in and pick up things where you're lacking because you're not going to be able to work. I'm talking to them and I'm being honest because they're asking questions, and my oldest son is in the back crying. And I remember looking back at him and said, dry that shit up. I only can handle one thing at a time. I can't handle trying to be there for you. He moving, he's fine. He needs you to be strong right now. Because if you crying, that ain't going to help him. That's me. I'm sorry. I'm a tough mom. I always have, probably always. I always be a tough mom, grandma. To my great-great-grandchildren, that's just, if you like this is why. You got it from me. But anyway, so they lifeline him to Ben Top because, again, he have insurance. They're the top trauma hospital, and he goes into surgery. So at that point, it's late, and I call BM and SM. SM came. SM is like, if someone you would see it, you seen on the channel at the beginning. SM is one of those friends that we may not talk every day, but we don't miss a beat. And that instance, I think we hadn't talked in a while, but when I called her, she came running. Not only did she come running, she came with, she's like me. She's a natural nurturer, so she came with snacks. That's how she think. Like, oh, if they're at the hospital, they're hungry. She came with snacks and stuff like that. And I called BM. BM lived close to an hour away and came in the middle of the night. At this point, I hadn't told my mama because he's in surgery. And I'm sitting here pacing the floors with a room full of people talking, and I can't eat. It's like, I don't know what they're going to tell me when they come out. So surgery is over, and they come out and tell me that I can see him. And I'm sorry I can't look at y'all, because if I look, I'm not going to be able to finish the story. But they came out and they told me I could see him. And when I walked in the room, it was like deja vu. It was like seeing his dad tired of talking to, watching him not really being able to breathe on his own. Seeing that, ma'am, we had to remove one of his kidneys. We had to rewire his intestines, part of his liver. It's gone. He had been shot in the stomach. The only thing that saved him while he was still alive is because he carried his gun on him. So it was a battle between him and the guy that shot him. All because he was trying to assist somebody, a woman, helping her get her phone back. But anyway, I digress. Y'all, he went from laying on the table to losing 30 pounds. And then in 30 days, well, was it 30 days? Yeah, less than 30 days. I don't think it was a month. Couple of weeks, yeah. He was back at work. He was back at work at that point. He worked for an armored truck company. And so his job, he just drove. He didn't get out the car. He drove. And that was 9 years ago. It changed my life. It changed my life. So now when they don't understand why when they call me, they be like, Mama, sir, Mama. And I'm like, what's wrong? And I even do that with my mom. They all hate that I do it. They hate it. But here's what I tell them. My what's wrong, meaning I don't care if it's small, big. I don't care if you need assistance with something or you need my advice on something, whatever. Me asking what's wrong is translation. Tell me what's going on so I can fix it. If you tell me everything's fine or it's nothing, I let my guard down, which means I'm no longer in prepared to help you mode. So if you let that down, and then you turn it and say nothing's wrong, then turn around and tell me what's wrong. Now I'm fishing to get that back and have to get in that mode. Like it's weird. If you know, you know. If 9 times if you're a Gemini, you know what I'm talking about. And if you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about. Speaking of mama, you gonna live a long time, baby. You was texting me. Mama. Can you order this? Yeah, I can order this, Mom. Let me say, you sure this the right one? This. Fast forward 9 years later, we tend to, you're probably saying, what's the point of me saying all this? Fast forward 9 years later, he's blocked. And I've been battling on if I should reach out to him today or not, because I don't want to deal with what comes with that. Plus, his birthday is in a couple of weeks. So I'm going to wish my son's happy birthday no matter what. So because it's heavy on my heart, I just picked up the camera and started talking to you guys. I do believe that I probably am going to reach out, because I don't know anything. He's been blocked for like 10 months. He can get in contact with me if he really needed to. But as having access to me, no. So that should let you know that I don't care how much I love you. If the respect is gone, you have to be punished. Or I can't fool with you. It just is what it is. Yeah, the last one was right. The clip that didn't come. Okay. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do it when I get off of work, because I don't know his schedule or anything. But if you guys have dealt with something that's similar, put it down in the comments. Let's talk about it. There's nothing that I know some people are probably saying, hey, you should reach out to them and this, that, and the other. No, I have to do what works for me. I can't do what works for you. I can't do what sounds good. I have to deal with what I can swallow, what I can handle. Because the truth of the matter is, people can get their opinion on anything and they can walk away, but you have to deal with the mess of it. So always, always, always choose you. Choose you and make sure that you can deal with any situation, not just something like that. Is it something that you can deal with? Because people can be so quick to tell you their opinion about something and what they would do if they were you, but you have to do what you can do regardless. It's a lot of people that had a conversation with me, mainly men. Man, you need to fix that and this, that, and the other. You only giving your information based on what you heard. You don't know the whole story. I ain't gonna give you the whole story. The whole story is, my son would drive me so crazy that it literally took a toll on my body and what made me sick. I couldn't even hold my head up. I was dealing with severe migraines to the point where I couldn't work. All I could do is sleep all day. Do you know how frustrating and aggravating that is? And if I'm not asleep, I'm calling Earl. Old school folks know what that is. Over the commode. Like that shit made me sick. And you would think that I would have lost weight behind it. It was the adverse effect. I gained. I was unhealthy and living a life of I never know who I'm gonna get. And because I came from such a tainted background of dealing with things from the M word to anything you could think of that was negative happened to me. So to have to deal with this with my son, I was more so hurt that I was going to hurt him. Because I told him, I said, your mama's damaged goods, baby. She been through so much. So it's certain ways. That's why men can't speak loud to me. You start yelling at me, that sends a signal to my mind that you want me to F you up. Anyway. So let me figure out what it is we're about to do, and I'll let you know the outcome either way.
Especially for a video-centered podcast. Now, when it comes to lighting, you do want to make sure you turn on some light in your studio space, and maybe you even purchase a light.
What's up, mama?
Nothing.
I miss you.
I miss you too.
What you doing?
Talking to you. On
I
the
knew you were gonna
10th
say that.
of April.
I know.
Where you at?
I work.
Hmm.
I get off at 4.
I'm just calling you because it was the 10th of April. Tell you
Gotcha. I
mama
appreciate
love
it,
you.
Mom. Appreciate it, Mom.
You on lunch or you just...
Nah, I just stepped out at the front. I just seen I missed your call. I was dealing with customers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just returning your call.
You start crying. I said, Mama,
Yep.
my mama calling me.
Yep. That's exactly what happened. As soon as I see my phone, I said, "Oh shit!" Grabbed my AirPod and I came outside.
Yep. I'ma just
I love you, Mom.
I love you too.
You been alright?
Yeah, I've been all right.
Still in the same spot?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, hopefully one day I'll get to see you, Mom.
Huh?
Hopefully one day I'll get to see you too. I miss you.
Miss you too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
chilling
what time you
today?
get off? Huh?
You said what you about to say?
I was gonna say, what time you get off?
At 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I talk to him every day. And we FaceTime after school. He go to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we good. Pretty sure she'll be happy to know I talk to you today.
I'm pretty sure she is too.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hold you because I know you're at work.
Okay, Mama.
All right,
I
I
love
love.
So I love you.
I love you more.
I'll talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
All right, y'all. So, as you can see, he called back. For those who may not know, my son has been blocked on my phone since July of last year. I hadn't seen him since December, and before that, I think it was August or September. So if you can tell by the conversation, it kind of let you know he didn't even know if I moved or not. So my reason for even really, showing you guys that is that you have to do what works for you in your time. As I'm talking to y'all, my heart is beating fast, like faster than normal, because my anxiety level is up. Because although that conversation went good or what have you, that's not the reason why I blocked him, for a good conversation. And now that he's unblocked, the shield that I had over me is gone. So now it's like, this is gonna be me when I see him call. What do you want? Do I gotta fix something? What's wrong? So, but in order for me to get past that, I had to. You can't get to 3 and 4 without 1 and 2. So that's me doing my 1 and 2, and with God's help, this feeling will go away. But y'all, I'm not gonna hold y'all because I have to start a vlog today. This was just me bringing you in and letting you know how that went. So see y'all in the next one. Bye.
My mind. My mind. I said 5 in the morning. I wake up to 5 for my yearning. Fear in my mind is a warning. Pray to the one you're relying. I've been wandering all day. Tried to be fine, but I can't be. The noise in my mind wouldn't leave me. Tried to get by, but I'm burning.